Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Disco Elysium file. Where we last left off, we had... what all did we do? I remember we went into the church. I think we explored Land's End. We checked out the Feld mural again, and it said that we had to try to ask the wind. We're pretty sure that Ruby is in that building, but we don't have a way to prove it. So we were looking around. We went into the church, and we found that this guy up here, who's the crab man, is essentially trying to make a space that is completely silent for like the silent mother that he worships. And this guy's name was... What was this guy's name? It began with a T.
Oh, hey, Way.
Tiago.
There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Interesting. So today what we're going to do is we still need to try and figure out where Ruby is. We need to figure out how to like get into the Feld building or like confirm our hunches or something like that. We also have to wrong thing. We also have to we have a lot to do. A couple of which involve heading back over to the city, but I don't want to do that yet. Also, this one. When I first got this, I was on the fence about it, but I got a couple of comments on that episode saying that the quest is actually really good, and they were really looking forward to me doing it. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to pursue this quest. Maybe not right now, just because there's other things I want to focus on, but plus I don't think I'll be able to pursue it anyway until I'm able to talk to the smoker on the balcony again. So, but yeah, absolutely going to make that quest a priority in the near future. So yeah, I figured first thing we should do is we should take a look at this computer. Last time we were here, we were on Kim said we shouldn't look at it because it might be a trap, but I think investigating it might help us figure out where Ruby is. Also, we learned a lot about the history of Dolores Day, which was super cool. But let's go ahead and see what this is.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine.
Here, there's no harm in looking to see what's behind here. Wait, let me just investigate it. Step behind the computer.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
I don't want to press any buttons yet, but look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
What month is it right now? We know the day. It's winter, I know that. Do we know what month it is? I don't know.
Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
All right. Let's go ahead and press play then, I guess.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Is this the same lady that we talked to when we were looking at the D&D computer?
Good morning, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's sure, why not? Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log February to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
That's
Maybe
fair.
he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area?
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez.
Huh.
One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Interesting. I wonder why they have two.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
She says as her voice disappears into a whirl of static.
The machine's keyboard is still
Huh.
illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press print?
Nothing happens.
Leave. I wonder... Oh. Whoops. I didn't mean to run. But I wonder, why they have two computers.
Oh, hey, Wade. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Esse. You need it for something.
Intellect?
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Why am I talking? Why are they talking like a snake? I don't think. I'm wondering if I'm getting this because my drama's too high, because it seems a little bit too out there. But sure, let's do it. I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends, in the interest of public safety, of course.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
I don't know what that means. My Spanish is non-existent. Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, Esse.
Wait, what? The figure crawls off into the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation.
I was going to wait until I was completely done with everything else before I asked him about the ravers.
However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
I didn't... What? Oh. I didn't know that was just going to make him leave. I'm wondering if I should reload the save. What does this quest have to say now? Okay, it hasn't changed. Is there a way for me to call him back down? You know what? Just because I don't want to miss anything, I don't usually do this, and I don't like doing this because I want to stick with as clean a file as I can, which is why I don't like reload saves whenever I fail checks. But this in particular really feels like I might have just completely missed my chance to do anything with that quest, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna reload my save really quick, and I'm going to come back to I'll come back to where I was, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I chose all the same choices. It actually didn't take that long. I made sure to do the computer first, picked all the same choices. I did this, picked the same choices, and now I'm going to do this before he crawls back up into the rafters, just because I want to make absolutely sure I'm not missing my opportunity to do something with this quest. Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
Huh, that would be awesome. He's like, I completely expected him to refuse. I thought we would have this whole like moral conundrum of supporting someone who wants to make new music versus someone who wants to live in complete silence based on his religious beliefs. But he's just okay with it, and that was completely unexpected, but also that's kind of awesome.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Okay then. Yeah, that actually threw me off a little bit. I was so not expecting that.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press play again.
The speaker comes to life. Static
Already
cease.
heard
Good
this.
morning, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Let's try this again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Alright.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in.
This does sound like Ruby. I'm still wondering if... Feel free to let me know in the comments if we know what month it is. I know we had looked on the calendar. So I know we should know what month it is. And I know we're at some time in the winter, so February wouldn't... February seems like a likely scenario, but feel free to confirm whether or not it is in fact February.
The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago.
Okay.
Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Okay, so it's sometime in March. Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
His eyes wander to the various machines around him. Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers.
Have we met Sulislav or Lexi?
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Is this the same people who were trying to set up the D&D game? Why were they trying to set things up in the church?
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying.
So, from the sounds of it, it looks like they and the others back to making art. Oh wait, isn't no, that's never mind. I think the maybe this is the D&D game? Or there was some kind of artistic group that was trying to make something all on the same computer, maybe some kind of like company. But someone lost all the data on both the backup and the normal drive.
Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi. Who are all those people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business.
Okay.
The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the sixth entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
So he was trying to recreate whatever caused the data loss and for some reason couldn't. But he discovered in the church a space that swallows sound.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right towards the silence. Read the seventh entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
So hang on. What was the data loss? Possible antenna. So she was trying to things up in the church, and so maybe when the data or when the backup passed through this column of silence, it somehow erased all the data. Almost like a localized EMP. Well, it's not a pulse. It's like a localized electromagnetic field, almost. But I don't know if that'd be right either, because I don't know if that would affect natural sound. I don't know enough about electromagnetic fields to know how it affects, like, the natural air and stuff around it. I mean, for all I know, if sound waves pass through an electromagnetic field, it could just swallow them or absorb it, because maybe it makes the air... It wouldn't make the air denser, but it would make the space more dense. I don't know.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Placence. Does that mean Placence knows who this person is? She knows who has been trying to do the radio computer?
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines.
Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air.
Motorix?
Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Oh.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Soona, the programmer. Oh boy.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
End. So do I just wait, or... I guess I can... Should I leave, or... That is so interesting. So... I wonder if... this is like some kind of... localized... pail? I really don't know. Am I just supposed to leave?
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. Hey, are you the lead programmer of... I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Hey, are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Huh.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal. Intellect.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say, a woman named Ruby?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
It sounds like you're not worried about him at all.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Her voice trails off as she bends over to tinker with the machine's printer. Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit.
REM Prefect. That's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is its processing unit? Huh. Interesting. The processor is usually built into the PC itself.
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Oh. So do radio computers work? Are they powered by radio waves? Instead of like obviously they need electricity to work, but I wonder if instead of like a CPU or like computer chips, they're powered and the programming works through radio waves. I know a little.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR-1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable.
I'm not surprised that Martinez would have bad coverage.
But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieux dedicated to that sort of thing.
Yeah. That goes for anyone who's also trying to buy a PC. You should definitely compare prices and do research and everything, because if you don't, then you might find yourself paying too much for something that you don't actually need.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
I want to
It's
ask her
not
about the
just
Pillar of
rudeness.
Silence.
It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do, and you're not helping.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my rain prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short
won't.
and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Isn't your REM Prefect radio computer made exclusively for the government use?
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps.
And you work for the government?
No, I don't.
So why do you have it?
Because I needed something good for my investigation, and Reims Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards, so I had to upgrade. Besides, owning a Reim prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see Ream prefects in every police department, for example.
How did you get your hands on it?
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade Reim Rational series, but couldn't find one. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as Reim Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain.
Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Is that what she thinks? Huh.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Yeah.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
She stares at the burnished antenna on a nearby table. So, I'm wondering if there's a hole, she words it as a hole in the world. I know that when it comes to the Pale, there isn't, like, physics, the normal rules of the physical world and how we perceive it and interact with it don't work as expected when you are in the Pale. So this column of silence that she has discovered, is she suggesting that there's a hole in the world where the Pale is somehow leaking through into the continents? A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Fair enough. Holes in it. Sure, let's go with that. You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists, and which can be measured.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
Okay. So I guess what you would do is the sound would cause very minute ripples in the water, because I think like that is a thing. I think I've seen that in like science experiments or something where you pump sound or like electrical current into, not electrical current, but like, I don't know, like radio waves, sound waves. There's a way that you can like pump it into water, and then that can cause the water to like change its shape. And so by placing the bowls at the edges of this column of silence, if you can watch the ripples or the current and see where in the bowl it ends, like where the ripples end, that's where the column would begin, presumably.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
It would be hard to... I feel like it would be hard for man to be able to recreate something like this. Like, she said she's been trying to recreate it and she couldn't. Like, not exactly the Pillar of Silence, but the data loss.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about hypnotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for hypnotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I mean, I think she's referring to the drug lab, but I already stopped them from doing that. I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for hypnotic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Okay. Right, I'll let you work in peace now. Is there something different that isn't the drug lab? Hang on. Tell Andre about Soona's thoughts on the nightclub. Okay. So I feel like we have completely investigated everything to do with the church. That was so interesting. With Tiago, both last episode and this episode were so interesting. From, talking to Tiago, to the Pillar of Silence, to the, lore based around Dolores Day, to Soona and her computer. It was fascinating stuff. But Has this check opened up out of curiosity? It hasn't. So, what do we want to do now? For this, where is it? The 2 signatures. I think I'm going to... I don't know which one would be better between trying to get someone else to sign it and forging the signatures. Something tells me if I mess up trying to forge the signatures, I won't be able to complete that quest, which would suck. Because the paper will just be messed up. So, like, this point, I might want to put in interfacing just because it's a bit of a harder... The, like, check is kind of on the high side a little bit. But at the same time, I really want to do this Wasteland of Reality. I think that would be really cool. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to do other tasks before I sign those papers. This is going to take a while. I really want to see what this is. I want to... Like, this is perfectly in line with everything I've been trying to do. Like, Harry's redemption story. Quitting being an alcoholic. So, yeah, let's start it. So I wonder, do you have anything new to say?
You're back. Good.
Joyce?
What can I help you with?
Apparently nothing. I mean, I guess I could
More
do this
lessons in
check.
basic reality? My favorite part of the day.
Sure,
Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Let's do this. What is think of something close to you? I feel like we could do that.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again.
Huh.
We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
She says energetically. The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Intellect.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
Laissez-faire. Does trying to remember what that means. That means like, I think it means something close to lazy. So like constant or like, well, yeah, stasis. So it's like unmoving, kind of like a slog or a rut, maybe.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So so I'm basically a lackey of capital, so I'm basically a thrall to foreign interests, so I'm basically one of the good guys, or so I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask the next question in this line of inquiry. You know what? Let's go with that one.
Truly moralist of you. The coalition government would applaud you for staying out of politics. And yet, there's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
The coalition government isn't? Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed, a true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
Huh, so it's like jealousy? Where the coalition failed, the RCM succeeded?
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Ravacholians get to keep the peace in Ravachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
She bows and smiles. That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you, that's all for now. I was wondering if maybe a new dialogue option had appeared for her to take me to the island, but I guess not. So let us let's try, because we investigated the church. Let's see if anything changed when it comes to dialogue options in for the failed building. I know the check itself hasn't changed, but maybe something in the dialogue has changed.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D.
Okay, no. In that case, let's go ahead and let's end this by, since we're already on this side, let's talk to Andre about Soona's thoughts on the club, and then we will go back across the waterlock and do the stuff with the cryptozoologists and giving Garth the bird. All right, let's go ahead and will Estelle have anything new to say before I go in there?
Hello again.
No, okay. All right. My personal thoughts on this music are that it's not bad, but it's definitely not the best music I've heard. Just in terms of like a genre for the video game, in the context of the video game, and like as part of this game's VGM, I think it's good. But if there were to be a whole genre of just this, it does seem a little bit repetitive. But let's go ahead and see what comes of this.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Oh, I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Okay.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
About the church. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
Motorix.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Soona, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the Anotic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Do I?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Do I want to lie about this? I mean, I want to be truthful. And I want to say she absolutely doesn't. But I feel like that's going to lead to an impasse where it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, then we literally can't do anything unless you evict her. And I don't want to evict her. I really want her to finish the project. She seems incredibly interesting. I think that I am going to be truthful, because if I lie, then it's just... I don't know if the right way to do this is to try to avoid the situation for long enough that she'd be able to finish her project, or if it would be to just tell them she doesn't like it and then just tell them to put the project on hold until she finishes her thing, because I don't know. but I don't want to lie and then have them like go up trying to negotiate and then be like, and then she's just gonna yell at them. I don't want to give them the wrong impression. It's so weird to try to think about, like, I'm trying to think a bunch of moves ahead to try and figure out what the outcome of each choice could be. Realistically, this might not even be that big of a choice. Like, it might not matter as much here what I pick as I think it might. But at the same time, I want to play this game like every choice matters, so I think, let's just be honest, she absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend.
He smiles wide, like a replica of his friend with a large head. That's it for
Goodbye,
now.
officer.
Out of curiosity, can I figure this
The
out?
young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do?
Okay, so that was wrong. Let's try it one more time.
Heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large Bodero boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
It's like
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gotvaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
intellect.
Or maybe it's not Gotvaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
Yeah.
The Y to the E to the A 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 to the G to the H to the exclamation mark.
Wow.
Yeah!
He missed one A.
Huh. You missed an A. You missed an A there, but that's okay. I'm a pretty lenient cop.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Okay. I think I failed. Convince Soona to cooperate with the Ravers or evict her. Oh boy. Okay, so I think maybe I can figure out. So the Van Eyck thing is probably where to go with that, but we will leave that for now, and we will leave that there actually. Because I just realized what time it is. So this was super interesting. Soona and the Pillar of Silence in the computer, that was super cool. Yeah, that was just super interesting. And I can't wait to see where that goes, if it goes anywhere. And then we made some progress in the nightclub quest. I don't know what we're going to do with Soona. Chances are, if it's convincing, it'll be either a suggestion check or a rhetoric check. And because she doesn't like the music, something tells me it's going to be a hard check. So how many points am I towards getting another one? Over half, but not very close. So what I might do is next time we will go back to the church. We will see what the check is, and then we will go back across the waterlock, talk to the cryptozoologist, and give Garth the bird in order to finish those quests and get more points. Once we get a point, I will invest it in either suggestion or rhetoric, and then, depending on how hard the check is, and then we will see about doing this. And then beyond that, I honestly have no idea what's going to happen, but yeah, this was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I am looking forward to seeing what's next. So thank everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.